AMC got pissed off, obviously, because they need people to come to support them and sit down in their seats and order their popcorn and all that stuff. And if you don't have content, and obviously they're not even open now, but when they do reopen, the last thing they want is movies going directly to VOD, right? They don't want a movie that's going to show on their screen to be at home on your TV. They've been fighting that for years. That's one of the reasons Netflix has had an issue trying to get their movies on movie screens. Netflix is like, listen, we'll let you show The Irishman for like 2 weeks, and then we're going to put it on Netflix. And AMC is like, no, you've got to give us. I think it's like 2-month window. I forget exactly what the window is, but it's a long period of time. It's maybe it's 12 weeks.
I think it's 90 days. 90 days.
Is that okay? Yeah, there you go. So 90 days, and then you're looking at at the end of that 90 days, then you can have it show up on Netflix. But that's the reason why Netflix movies aren't in a lot of theaters, because AMC won't do it, Regal won't do it. And that's what AMC is doing. They're saying, hey, listen, we're not going to show any Universal movies if you keep doing this. It's like going to end. When this ends, they're not going to do that. They're going to go back to theatrical. And I think theatrical is going to bounce back faster than everyone says it. Everyone thinks it's going to take years.
I hope so.
It's not. It's going to take a movie. It's going to take a movie people want to go see. That's what it's going to take.
So do you think that Universal, I mean, why couldn't they just say, during this, the stay-at-home order for a lot of these states, we're going to release this VOD? Why come out and say, for the foreseeable future, let's say. I mean, I don't know exactly what their statement was, but it's sort of like when things can go back to normal, we'll put them back in theater. But they made about $77 million on VOD, so not short change. It's pretty good, $77 million, and they made the rest up for a total of $153 million. The rest of that came from theaters. So some theaters are open, but a majority of these big states, California, Massachusetts, New York, stay-at-home orders. So you're not going to the theater. So can this only be for the next 3 months, you think? Or, like you said, do you think Universal will eventually say, it was just for the stay-at-home order, we'll go back to the theater releases?
Well, I think if you look at what's been released, I mean, you're talking Trolls World Tour, you're talking small focus films, independent stuff. I know Neon's got the documentary coming out next week that they would have done theatrical. These are small things. There has not been a major
There's
release
not going to be Fast and Furious,
Mulan.
Right?
No, or Mulan, or any of that stuff. It's not going to happen. They're not going to, Scoob is coming out. Warner Brothers is going to get Scoob, but that's the same as, Trolls World Tour. It's a smaller animated film, and it's going to, that's no big deal.